Yeah, that's usually the first question. Why would you write a Peter Pan story? And to be honest, I've always been a fan of Peter Pan, but not to the extent where I thought I would ever write a book. I guess the idea of flying always appealed to me. I mean, give me a break, who wouldn't want to fly? But that was pretty much it until I read a Peter Pan origin story in high school, and I liked it a lot. But I finished it, closed the book, put it down, and went, that's not how it happened. And at the time, I was working at Home Depot out in the parking lot. I was the kid who would get all the carts and push all the carts and put them back in the building. And I started to just make up Peter Pan stories after reading the book. And there was one scene that really stuck with me. And after a week or so, I went home and wrote it down and just kept building it from there. You know, I worked on it off and on throughout college and then after college. It wasn't really anything I took serious. It was more just a hobby. I would pick it up when I was bored kind of thing. But it wasn't until about a year and a half, 2 years ago when I heard that Hugh Jackman had been cast to play Blackbeard in a Peter Pan origin movie that they were filming that I really started to crank on this thing because Blackbeard is the villain in my book. And I didn't want anyone to think that I had stolen the ideas from the movie to write my book when in fact they stole my ideas. I think the most difficult part of the process for me was killing people, because I had to get in the mindset of everyone that I wrote about. So if it was Peter flying, I had to really try and, as well as I could, experience what flying was like. And when someone dies, I had to experience that. But then when someone's killing someone, I had to experience that as well and think of creative ways to actually kill someone. So that was a little difficult because I don't really think like that normally. And so to put myself in that place was a little disconcerting. So my ultimate hope for the book was that my family and close friends, probably 20 people, would buy a copy, or I'd have to give them a copy, and they would eventually read it, and they would go, that was fun, I enjoyed that. That was the bar for me. I wasn't expecting anything above that. When I got over 70 pre-orders on the book, I was just blown away and couldn't believe it. And then hearing some of the things people said about the book, how it didn't read like a first-time author to them, or they couldn't tell that I had written it. My wife even said, I didn't even know you knew some of these words in here. And so after that, I'm excited. I'm just thrilled that people are excited about the book and that it's doing as well as it is. And really, I have no hopes other than what has already happened. So anything else is just amazing, fantastic. Yes, I am working on a second book. When I was wrapping up the first one, I was so over it. I was done. I was sick of writing. I didn't want anything to do with Peter Pan. I didn't even want to do the artwork for the book. It took me forever to write the synopsis on the back. And then I finished it. I was done. I sent it to get printed. And then about a week later, I was going for a jog, and this idea for another Peter story jumped in my head, and I was like, you've got to be kidding me. I'm done with this. This is over. And then a second idea popped in my head, and I was thinking about the two, and I realized that they wouldn't even work in the same book. So I'm running, and I'm like, are you kidding me? These are two separate books. And so I ran home, and I was so mad. I opened up my computer, fired up Word, typed the couple lines that had jumped in my head, saved it as Untitled Peter 2, and then opened up another document, wrote those lines down, and saved it as Untitled Peter 3. So there is another book in the works, and then there'll be a third book. And then I also have kind of general thoughts for a book 4 and 5. So my thought is I'm going to treat this as a trilogy, and I'm going to be done with book 2, the first draft, by the summer of 2016, my hope is. And then we'll see how that one goes. And odds are I'll keep going on to book 3 and then see where we're at.